Alrighty guys, welcome back to the Airs Cloud YouTube channel. My name is Erm Herrera, and today we are going to be talking about how to build a brand, okay? So these are mostly going to be about fundamentals of how to build a brand, and basically just to get you started, right? Start on the very first step, okay? So the first thing is why, okay? Why is it that you want to start a business? Why do you want to create a brand? What is it that you're passionate about, and what do you find purpose in doing? Okay, so that's going to be the most important thing right off the bat, guys. You have to figure out why you're actually creating this brand, because I've had experiences in the past where I've tried to create businesses or brands that were purely for money, and it never worked out, right? So I tried a drop shipping business. Didn't work out. I didn't care about the product, right? I didn't care about it. So that thing just died, and I created the website and everything and got it going, and I made money from it, but it wasn't something that was really passionate, something that I was very passionate about. Okay, so the first and most important thing you have to figure out is why is it that you're actually creating the brand or business. Okay, so there's a lot of people out there who are interested in creating a brand or a business. Maybe they're a very passionate creator. That I would probably categorize myself under that, because I love to create things, and it's just something that drives me. There's also people out there who want to create a business because it'll give them a sense of freedom, right? To seek freedom, right? So when you create a brand and you create a business, most of the time the goal is to build wealth with that said business, and build wealth in a way that is fulfilling to you. And that is the most alluring aspect of building a brand, in my opinion. Alternatively, there's things like nonprofits, or maybe there's a cause that you're devoted to seeing change in the world, right? So for example, Marco Zubia, he's another real estate broker that works on our team. Good friend of mine. He is the development director of the Esperanza shelter here in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And, it's a nonprofit that's devoted to rehabilitating and providing shelter for, victims of domestic abuse. Okay. So there's philanthropic things that you can be passionate about also. Okay. So you can build a brand around that in order to help people and bring real meaningful change in the world. Okay. By virtue of your passion and your creation of this brand. Okay, right. So there's the freedom seekers, the passionate artists, passionate creators, or the people who would like to leave a legacy on this planet. Okay, so that's another thing to consider, right? Maybe some people have children, or they have future generations that they want to provide for. Starting a brand or a business and really putting your energy and effort into it is something that can manifest in the form of a legacy. Once you are no longer on this planet, the brand or the business will continue to live, hopefully, right? If you develop it correctly. Geez, I didn't mean to get so dark there. Okay, so that's another thing to think about, right? Is there something that you're really passionate about that you would like to see become a legacy one day? Okay, so that's the first thing is why, right? Do you even really want to play the game, right? Because it's when you are building a business, when you're starting a brand, it's for wealth, right? So you're playing that wealth game again. So you're leveraging the tools that you have, you're leveraging your passion, your creativity to create something that is going to stand the test of time. Okay, so you have to actually want it, right? If you're just in it to make money, you can try, maybe you'll fall in love with the process, right? So, I don't discourage trying, but I will say if you start a brand behind something that you're interested in and passionate about, chances are it has a higher likelihood of succeeding, okay? Alrighty guys, so the second part of the video we're going to be talking about when it comes to building your brand is to figure out if that is going to be in the way of a product or a service, or a combination of both. Okay, so we'll talk about product first. If creating a product is something that you are interested in and building a brand around that, then you have to love building the product, okay? And that usually the creative process behind that product is usually what you fall in love with, or maybe it's the end product. But the most important thing is you actually enjoy creating it, right? So for example, the Refined Nature business. there's a deep passion and love for the creation of these pieces of furniture, right? Using the epoxy resin, getting to mix it around. Like it's a fun thing to do, and it makes you feel alive, especially when you get into the flow state, right? When you get into the zone, you have your music on, you're creating, it's fun, and it's just a great thing to do, right? It's good for your mental health, and it's just good for your spirit, okay? So that is the product side of it, right? If you're going to be doing a service, again, it has to be something that you love. Okay, so I'm a real estate broker by trade. I'll be honest with you, it's not my absolute passion, but I'm able to do it. Okay, now the other service that I'm more passionate about is actually the Airs Cloud virtual tour business that my brother and I created at the start of the pandemic. Okay, so we were using this Matterport camera to do virtual tours for our clients already for the real estate business, and so once the pandemic started happening, right, it became increasingly difficult to get people into houses, right, because people didn't want them in their houses. If you're selling your house during a pandemic, you don't want a stranger walking around in your house. Okay, so we realized there was a problem there. So what we did is we created the Airs Cloud virtual tour business, and we started offering these virtual tour services to other brokers who didn't have the technology or equipment to actually provide virtual tours for their clients. And we were also doing it for, and we still are doing it, for galleries. So here in Santa Fe, there are hundreds of galleries, okay? These people need to use virtual tours, or they were using virtual tours during the pandemic to actually help sell their artwork. Okay, so that's an example of a service that we had created based around my genuine curiosity and interest for videography and photography, okay? Matterport virtual tour kind of falls under that category. And the other aspect of services that I wanted to talk about is now the internet has leveled the playing field for everybody, right? And this is kind of something I keep mentioning, something I keep talking about because it's so important, right? Nowadays, it's easier than ever for us to create a brand or create a service on the internet, okay? So, this could be anything. It could be something like a YouTube channel, okay? So the service I'm providing you is information about how to start your own business, okay, in this video, okay? So there's other things like if you're a girl on Instagram, if you're a spicy woman and you're already flaunting yourself out there, right? So it's not exactly providing a service, but, I have seen some girls out there who actually will basically model clothing for different brands. And this is genius because, it's a win-win, right? So you get free clothes from these brands who are basically sponsoring you, and you still get to stick your butt out there and post on Instagram. But this time you're getting paid for it, right? So, if you're already doing it, you might as well be more purposeful about what you're doing. That way you're actually able to generate these opportunities. Okay, and especially, little pro tip, if you use Instagram Reels, the Instagram Reels feature is huge, and TikTok, Instagram Reels, those are huge. Okay, so if you're able to leverage those right now, you could easily be discovered by different brands, different people, and you can. I've seen one girl on there who literally just every single thing she posts is just a reel showing off different outfits, like 5 different outfits. Here's my going out outfit. Here's my classy dinner outfit. Just like random stuff, right? But she kills it, and she gets money from these affiliate links when other girls go to buy her clothing. Okay, genius, guys. Like I said, guys and girls. Guys, if you're out there doing that too, look at Alex Costa. He's another YouTuber who's doing the same thing with clothing, okay? So, that's kind of an interesting way nowadays where we can sell ourselves online doing stuff that we do anyways, okay? So that's another angle to look at it from. And then the third part of the video, kind of the closing, is I just wanted to say, just start, right? So here's the huge problem with people who want to create a business, they want to create a brand, but they just never get around to doing it. You get stuck in analysis paralysis. You're constantly thinking, you're constantly trying to be perfect, you're constantly trying to never mess up, right? And I get it. Everybody wants to be perfect, right? I'm not perfect, guys. This is like my fourth I think my fifth video, right? And I mean, if you even go back to my first video, there's been pretty good improvement, I would say. You know, I got a pop filter here, right? So little things like that, you know, changing the lighting. I mean, you can develop it and get better over time. And that's my point by saying that is, you know, in order for you to get better, you have to start, right? So, and here's the other thing too, is if you're in analysis paralysis already, where you just can't stop thinking about how you're going to do it, here's the solution to competition, okay? If you're worried that the market is too saturated or, you know, whatever it may be, the solution to competition is authenticity, guys, okay? There are no two humans on this planet that are 100% identical. So if I were to disappear off the face of the earth tomorrow, you could not just find Aram 2.0 and bring him in and say, okay, you're in front of the camera, go. Like, nah, that's not going to happen. There are no two people who are 100% identical. So that is something to be leveraged, right? Because we are all unique. We have our own attributes. We have our own characteristics. We have our own passions. We have our own interests. We have our own hobbies. Guys, use that as leverage, okay? You have uniqueness to yourself. So you don't even have to worry about competition if you're your true authentic self. Okay, now that being said, I just want to say thank you so much for watching the video, for sticking with me through this video. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you're able to take away something from this video, guys. And I'm planning on going deeper into the how to build a brand category. I mean, it's a part of my brand to help you build a brand. So it is only my first video on the how to build a brand category. So I wanted to start with the fundamentals, right? Figure out why. What is the purpose? Do you want to do it to leave a legacy? Do you want to do it because you have this creative itch that you must get out? Do you want to do it because you want to seek freedom through wealth by virtue of the business? You know, so that's the first thing, right? Figure out your why. Next, you got to figure out what it is, right? So once you have your why, should be pretty easy for you to figure out what, okay? Is it going to be a product? Is it going to be a service? Is it going to be Instagram Reels, TikTok, booty shaking online? Whatever you want to do, okay? I'm not here to judge. And then, you know, the final part is just start, guys. Just start. You know, you're not going to be perfect at first, but I definitely am not by any means perfect. You know, we're all continuing to grow. As you guys are continuing to watch these videos, you will see my progress as well, right? So let that be inspiration for you. Thank you again for watching the video. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.